Motor Speedway. They're lean. They're mean. They're 5 to 7 horses, a man and machine. They're 4 wide before they start to slip and slide. The Coast to Coast Racing League 350A Modifieds, Pro Late Models, and the 360 Sprint Cars. Live from the Tulsa Expo Center here in Oklahoma, we welcome you to a special edition of Coast to Coast Racing League action. Tonight, it's the Dagen Korynta Memorial Night number 1. It's a special Chili Bowl edition. We've got the midgets around the tight 1/5 mile oval. A lot of good action here is around the corner. We're so glad you could join us here on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. Marty Sakala with you here. It's going to be a fun night tonight of action. So as we begin tonight with it as night 1 of this special event, let's explain the format here for you, how qualifying will go this evening. Just like a normal Chili Bowl, heat races are expected to begin in just a matter of moments. We'll have 8 lap heats. Passing points will be used. Top 20 drivers after the heats will go to 2 10-lap qualifiers. The top 6 will be inverted using passing points. Top 10 in points after qualifiers will go directly to the A main and start in that order. Any that don't make it will go to a C main after the heats, and then to the B, and then to the feature, which is set for 25 laps. Top 10 for the A go to the pole scramble tomorrow night. We'll talk about everything on here in just a little bit, and a little bit more about how this night is going to go. We're ready to go for heat race number 1, and heat 1 is brought to you by our friends at Gambler Motorsports, proud partner of the Coast to Coast Racing League. Mason Hine on the pole in the number 89. Next to him, it's the Money King, Kyle Moonen, in the 24. Row 2, Jack Clevenger in the 78, and the General, Andy Patton, in the 87. Row 3, Bob DeGood, he's in car number 6, and Barry Goldner in the 36. And the final row on the grid this evening is Dean Reynolds in the 79, and Devo himself, Donovan Ross, in car number 5. As the field goes around for We expect to be the first of 2 pace laps. Thanks for joining us here for night number 1 of qualifying. These are our heats before we go into qualifiers. Let us know who you're rooting for in the chat tonight. All proceeds from the Dagen Korynta Memorial Charity event will benefit Braden's Hope for Childhood Cancer. We'll talk all about that in just a little bit.
Green, green, green.
Set to go, green flag racing here. Heat race number 1 underway. Whoa, look out. Oh my, Kyle Moonen with a barrel roll. Mason Hine goes around, but Moonen with the wild ride as we go to yellow here for the first time this evening. Again, of course, with these heats and qualifiers, all go a different way here compared to normal coast-to-coast rules. It is just a fun event. You look at the replay and show you what happened at the start of the green flag. Watch Moonen here in the 24. Contact off behind, ramped over him. And look at all the flips he takes into the fencing in turn number 3. And somehow that car was able to keep going.
Green, green.
Back to green here. In heat race number 1, Andy Patton underneath on Jack Clevenger for the race lead. Can he take it away? That is the case. Up the hill he goes. In the wall goes the 87 as he tried to throw in the slide job. Clevenger leads the opening lap. We got one upside down. That's Dean Reynolds in the 79. And that puts us back to yellow. Look at what happened to the driver of the number 79. Was restarting belt mid-pack. Caught the tire there in turn 1. Had no yaw. Gassed her back up. Ross into Moonen. And there goes Reynolds in his pirouette. Because of that, the 79 has to use a tow. Should be a lap out from going back under the green flag. Real quick while at it, Ambo Rodino. Steve King Foundation pace truck is in, set to come back to the green.
Green, green.
Control car is Clevenger on the restart as we get back going. Clevenger able to hold serve. DeGood down in second. Remember, it's passing points that matter right now. Bob DeGood up in P2. Definitely getting some pretty good passing points at the moment. 3 wide for that second spot. May lose a spot there to Mason High, the 89 who reclaims after spinning. Look out. DeGood catches the berm. Everyone up the hill. That's Moonen gets into Donovan Ross. He saves it. We stay green. Still remains that number 78 out in front. Best battle on track is a race for P3. Andy Patton currently has it for right now over the 7 of Bob DeGood. Kyle Moonen downstairs on Barry Goldner for the 5th position. Able to take it away. Doesn't throw the slide job in on him, though. Barry trying to fight him back on his Stephen Goldner Racing team. Not able to do it there. Checkered flag waves here on Heat 1. Jack Clevenger takes the win. Mason Hines 2nd. Andy Patton 3rd. Bob DeGood 4th. Moonen 5th. Barry Goldner 6th. Donovan Ross 7th. Dean Reynolds 8th. Biggest mover was Clevenger. As he started 3rd, finished 1st, that'll definitely help him out with the passing points. Now moving on to Heat 2, brought to you by Regency Home Inspection. Here's the starting lineup. As the Spider Monkey, Brandon Dittmer is on pole in the number 83. Next to him, it's the 888 of Steve Maurer. Row number 2, the Brood to Beast, Jeff Barker, the 513. Next to Shaggy, Zach Chapman. Row number 3, Michael Vecchio in the 247. Next to him, Greg Parmalee in the 4. In the final row tonight, Joe Musso, Let the Moose Loose in the 19. And Brian Moore Sr. in the 558. For those wondering about who Dagen Korynta was a remarkable young boy who left an indelible mark on everyone he met. Had a congenital heart defect and neuroblastoma cancer. He was a big fan of racing. Unfortunately, passed away on January 8th of 2023 at just 12 years old. Dagen was the cousin son of Coast to Coast member Ross Korynta. We're proud to honor his memory. Green flag for Heat 2, and we just got an update that cautions will be turned off for the rest of the sessions except for the A main. So we are green for Heat Race number 2. Had trouble in the back already. Parmalee and Moore Sr. get together. Lap number 1 up on the boards, led by Brandon Dittmer. Three-way battle for second. Zach Chapman trying to look underneath on Jeff Barker. No yaw off of turn 2. How about Joe Musso? Up 3 spots already. That's going to help him out with the passing points. Musso, quickest car on track at 11:82. Next opponent is Zach Chapman on board with the number 19. As he tries to go around the outside of Shaggy. Not able to do it there off of turn 2. We'll check that off of turn 4. Now they're side by side. Chapman off the throttle just a little bit as he, I think, got up on the berm off for turn 2. Musso up another spot, takes away third. And now Jeff Barker, the quickest driver on the track at an 11:75. Barker closing it on Dittmer here for the race lead. 3 to go in Heat 2. Wheel to wheel for the race lead. Dittmer better car on corner exit. Barker looks so smooth on corner entry. Can the Brute-to-Beast take the lead here? No, Dittmer hangs on. 2 to go in Heat 2. Still watching the race for third as well. Musso able to clear Zach Chapman after the 72 gave him a good run back for P3. Off of turn 4, white flag waves. Final lap underway in Heat 2. For the Spider Monkey, Brandon Dittmer, Jeff Barker, one last shot here in turns 3 and 4. Won't be able to get it. The Spider Monkey takes the win in Heat 2. Barker second, Chapman third, Musso fourth, Maurer fifth, Moore Sr. sixth, Parmalee seventh, Vecchio eighth. Musso, the biggest mover, up 3 spots to finish fourth. That's a key help out there for him when it comes to passing points. Now moving on to our final heat, brought to you by Maurer Farm Management. Here's the starting lineup. As the detective, Steven Spees is on pole position in the 55. Next to him, another Moose member, Jake Musso in the number 44. Row number 2, Corey Schartzer in the number 6. Next to him, Stephen Gollner in the 30. Row 3, Trent Verstraeten in the number 88. And Gentleman Jack in the 217. Final car in the grid this evening, Brandon Guyswhite, driving the NOS Energy Drink, number 18. Again, let us know who you're rooting for in the chat. We're glad you could join us here this evening on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. Very quiet chat, all focused on the action here this evening. One lap till we take the green flag here. Remember, it's passing points that make it or break your way in. Top 20 after heats will go to 2 10-lap qualifiers. Green flag is out. Final heat race underway. 3 wide already for third as Schartzer goes up the hill. Stephen Gollner has the spot. Challenges Jake Musso for the race lead, but off of turn number 4, Steven Spees leads the opening lap. We got trouble in the back. Corey Schartzer spins in turn number 3, keeps her car going. It's a 3-car race for second. Look out, Stephen Gollner in the whoop. Oh my! Jack hit careened him out of nowhere.
All right, man, caution is out. Caution is out.
And caution flag waved, so it's actually no yellows for qualifiers onward. Correction, we still got the yellows turned on for heat races. Let's look at a couple of things here. First off with Corey Schartzer going into turn number 3. Glad to see Schartzer back with us racing in Coast to Coast. Just goes around like that. And then this is what happened to the number 30 of Stephen Gollner. Caught the wall, car got sideways, and then the wall, and man, Jack Hitt just did not expect that to happen. Onboard Gentleman Jack. He luckily still has an onboard camera we can use. Right there. Should be able to come back to green this time by Spees and Musso, the front row. We've completed 3 laps here in heat race number 3. Green flag waves. For straight and low on Musso for the runner-up spot. See if he can gather that one away. Ooh, straight and clips the berm. Able to hang on to it for right now. Halfway home here in our heat. That's your best race on the track. Good battle, too, for the 4th spot. Jack hits Stephen Goldner, Brandon Geisway as you look from turn 4. Good racing all around the Tulsa Expo Center. Musso good on corner exit. Verstraeten better on corner entry as they stay side by side. Verstraeten moves his way up to P2. Verstraeten up 3 spots will definitely help him out with the passing points for sure. We move up to the 5th position. Stephen Goldner, Brandon Geiswhite still going to battle after Goldner's accident that sent him flipping. Right for the rear round and Goldner in the wall. Same mistake he made before his accident. Underneath Geiswhite, low contact. Bumper cars all around. Jack hit the one that pays the price the worst. And Goldner around in the 30. Jack hit creases to a stop. Oh, actually, it's over. Speed's the winner. Verstraeten second. Sorry, these laps go way too fast. You can't even keep track of what happens in heat races. So I believe we are going to go to break here. We've got some drivers going out for warm-ups. We will step aside. If this is a longer break, we'll get set up for qualifiers. Stay with us in the Coast to Coast Racing Network. It's time for another edition of RSN Trackside, powered by Bob Johnson Auto Group on Rock Sports Network. Kiss on the champion. Trying to be a
Bit of a hiatus, so let's get.
Tonight we'll be talking about it.
Outpouring of love was amazing. These dollars had come together to support us, and we realized no, we didn't want to use them for us. We wanted to use them to help others.
The foundation has done so much for so many people. It helps any family that has somebody, whether it be a crew member or one of the drivers, that get hurt. We can help them to get through the situation.
I was injured in a non-wing sprint car accident that broke my neck and left me with a spinal cord injury. I was in the hospital 8 months, and that got really, really expensive. So having that extra help to help push me and my family forward was a big deal.
I was involved in a pretty gnarly sprint car crash. Found out my brain was swelling and bleeding. Pelvic bone was broken. I had 2 cracked vertebrae on my back, and I was in the ICU a little over a week. The Steve King Foundation reached out to my parents. We received a donation from them. Immediately they started me on what's called neurofeedback, and insurance did not cover the neurofeedback appointments. So we received another donation from the Steve King Foundation. It really helped a lot, and I just want to say thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart to the Steve King Foundation for everything that they have done for me. This last Sunday, I got to turn laps in my modified here. That was my first laps back in a race car since the accident, and I truly believe that if it wasn't for the Steve King Foundation, I wouldn't be able to do that or be where I'm at today.
Yes, Steve's death is the reason the foundation exists, but it's Steve's life, and it's the lives of racers everywhere, is the reason we're able to do the work we do.
Motor Speedway, they're lean, they're mean, They're 5-7 horses, a man and machine. They're 4 wide before they start to slip and slide. The Coast to Coast Racing League 350A Modifieds, Pro Late Models, and the 360 Sprint Cars.
Marty. You're all good. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And quite frankly, I wish we would have finished that other session. I was fourth in warm-ups. I like when the track's gone. Right now, with a real tacky track, I'm struggling a little bit. But hopefully, as the track wears on, I'll be better. Well, yeah, definitely. But it's cool. Everybody can come together for the Korynta family. It's a tough deal that what they had to go through, but anything we can do to honor his son and to help raise awareness, that's what this all about. That's what this is all about. But guys, I actually need to poke your brains a little bit. How do we make it to the show? What do these qualifiers even mean? Okay, so I keep starting towards the front, so I'm getting no passing points tonight. Yeah, you're gonna have to plug those guys, plug their brain a little bit here, but hopefully it's gonna be some pretty racing here for you tonight, Marty. Sorry, the wheel's a handful here. All right, man, appreciate it.
Oh, I just realized my mic was muted too. Wow. Yeah, thank you, Jason Butterfield. I just realized that. So no one could hear me on that. So, but hey, all good. Sorry about it. At least we got our perspective from Zach there. Let's get another driver's perspective. Currently the quickest right now in practice, and that is Donovan Ross. Devo, Marty, you got a copy?
Oh, how we doing, buddy?
We're doing good, buddy. First off, you figured out where the party place is in Tulsa?
Man, when I used to go here, that place is closed down now. It's called Cloud9 back when I had a good time here.
So pretty much that means if you win the Chili Bowl tomorrow, you'll be on Cloud9 then. Is that the case?
Marty, there is a 0% chance of me winning the Chili Bowl, buddy. So let's be honest here. If I can make a couple laps, we'll be good.
Well, anyway, let's talk about you. How's this car feeling right now? How do you feel about your performance out of heats?
Oh, I'm just simply here so I don't get fined by Roger. I'm here to increase the car count. No, I don't know. I don't have a handle for the midgets. Don't particularly like them, so that's my opinion.
Well, more importantly,
but,
you're here for fun, though, right? And to support a good cause.
Yeah, and the good cause, right? So I mean, we can't have a perfect car, the perfect track, the perfect race all the time. So come out, support a good cause, and support another event for the C2C League, and have fun doing it.
Absolutely. Alrighty, man. Well, best of luck here in this qualifier. Looking forward to seeing how you run.
Yeah, we'll see you at Lenny's afterwards.
Alrighty, sounds good. There's the party spot there. We're trying to get that out of Devo there. So, Donovan Ross, the Sim Racing Concepts number 5. And we have, I believe, 9 of 10 cars. So, just missing one more driver, then we'll be good to go. Just confirming on who we are missing. Still waiting for Mason Hine. He is scheduled to start 3rd here tonight. In this one via the passing points. While we wait, let's talk to another driver here. We'll talk to the driver of the number 7. We don't get a chance to talk to them often, so let's give him a little quick word here while we wait for our final guy, and I think he's in here. Bob DeGood, it's Marty. Got a copy?
Hey, Marty. How you doing?
We're doing good, man. We'll do it good. We'll make it quick here as it sounds like we're about to begin heat races. How you feeling about your car? I mean, you took advantage of a couple of accidents. Got some passing points there throughout the going. How you feeling about your car right now, though?
I think the car's pretty good. Just need the driver to calm down a little bit.
We'll see how you run. Any final words before we go green for qualifier number 1?
Yeah, just want to wish everybody Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays.
Awesome, man. Alrighty. Good luck out there, all right?
Yeah. Good luck to you, Marty.
Thank you. Bob DeGood in the Can-Am Racing Team number 7. So we're set to go 10 laps for our first qualifier of the night. And here's how they line up. As mentioned, Bob DeGood on the pole. Next to him, Shaggy Zach Chapman in the 72. Row number 2, it is the 89 of Mason Hine and the 513 of the Bird to Beast, Jeff Barker. Row 3, the Spider Monkey, Brandon Dittmer in the 83 and Jack Clevenger in the 78. Row number 4, Stephen Goldner in the 30 and the Money King, Kyle Mooden in the 24. Rounding out the top 10 tonight, Barry Goldner in the 36 and Devo Davin Ross in the 5. Top 10 in points altogether after qualifiers will go directly to the A main. As we are set to go green here. For qualifier number 1, 10 laps, no yellows, green flag waves. Ooh, DeGood catches the berm. Chapman up on the wall. Mason Hine trying to get through. Big stack up off the corner. Look out, Davin Ross is cartwheeling into turn 3. We got more trouble. DeGood, Clevenger, Chapman, parking lot in turn 4. These guys can get towed out of here. Chapman trying to get it back going, which he does. But this is your battle for the race lead. Mason Hine and Stephen Goldner. Goldner's up 5 positions. Contact. Big contact between him and Hine. A lot of stacking up in turn number 3. Hine goes around in the 89. So Stephen Goldner, who started 7th into the lead, that will without question help him out when it comes to passing points. As we're 3 laps in, Kyle Moonen all over Brandon Dittmer in the race for 2nd. So we've got a lot to unpack here while we are at it. If we get a pass, we will go back to live. First thing that happened with Donovan Ross. Got on the binders, got into Moonen. And this is what happened with Zach Chapman and others. Contact with Bob DeGood, sent the 7 sideways. That was the stack up we just saw. And this just happened moments ago. Racing for the lead, Goldner underneath Hine. A lot of contact. Should have dropped the 89. Won't be too pleased at that. But we're coming to the white flag for Stephen Goldner, who leads by 1.1 seconds on Brandon Dittmer. Goldner up 6, Dittmer up 3, Moonen up 5. That'll all definitely help when it comes to passing points. Checkered flag waves. Goldner takes the win in qualifier number 1. Dittmer 2nd, Moonen 3rd, Barker 4th, Clevenger 5th, Barry Goldner 6th, Hines 7th, Chapman 8th, DeGood 9th, and Donovan Ross in 10th. So Goldner will get a couple of practice laps in. At least he knows he's in the show. We'll step aside and come back as qualifier number 2 is next on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. Back here on the Coast to Coast Racing Network is qualifying session number 2 is on the racetrack as you take a look at the times and how they look for a straight and currently the quickest at a 11:19. We're just waiting on one other driver from the looks of it. Take a look at who we are missing here. Again, remember, top 10 in passing points all make it into the show. So I believe the only guy we were waiting on here is Steve Maurer. Then we'll get things going. And while we wait, let's talk to one of our drivers that started on the pole. Believe he is our new to the Coast to Coast Racing League, and that is Brandon Geiswood on the pole. Brandon, Marty in the booth, you got a copy?
Yeah.
Brandon, first off, welcome to the league, man. Glad to have you with us. How you feeling about your car coming on into tonight? I see you starting on pole here for the second qualifier. How you feeling?
Pretty good. Just 3 weeks into iRacing, just trying to get used to some of the cars and be competitive.
How you liking the simulator? Definitely a big change from other video games you've played in the past, I'm guessing.
Oh yeah, I'm a big Need for Speed guy, but coming into this, I've watched people play iRacing over the years, and I knew that there was this had more in-depth stuff to it, like the setups and everything else, and I've been wanting to get it for years, and then I finally got it, and I dove right in, and I met my some of my team members and joined their team, and here we are.
That's good to hear. Well, you're going to have a lot of fun with this series and a lot of fun tonight. So we're wishing you the best of luck here in this race, all right?
Thank you.
That's Brandon Geiswood in the number 18. Let's talk to the man currently quickest on the charts, and that being Trent Verstraeten. Now let's pull him in right now. Trent, Marty in the booth, you got a copy?
Yes, I do.
Alrighty, Trent. Quickest right now in practice. How's the car feeling right now?
Feels pretty good, but it's Chili Bowl, so anything can happen. Just going to hold on and hope for the best in these 10 laps.
Were you able to catch a glimpse of what happened in qualifier number 1?
No, I was out here on the track.
Yeah, it was definitely a wild one. So, especially up front, is that what you think you could possibly expect here too?
Yeah, I'm going to probably just take it easy the first couple laps and let them duke it out a bit and see what happens.
Alrighty, man. Well, hey, Trent, best of luck here in this race. Hopefully it all works out good for you where you'll make the feature.
Thank you.
So that's Trent Verstraeten in the number 88. Let's get in our driver, the number 55, Steven Spees. He's currently second quick. Actually, you know what? We'll actually hold on him, as he's having some words, I believe, with Zach Chapman. Spees currently second quick. Let's give it an idea here while we're. Let's ride on board with Spees before we go. We're still waiting on Steve Maurer. So I'm going to assume he's slowing down into the session right now. You can see how quick it is around this racetrack, or how slow the speeds are. You're probably going at this track just as fast as you are down the I-90. All right, so I believe we have everyone. Here's the starting lineup for qualifier number 2. Brandon Guyswhite on the pole in the number 18. Next to him, Jake Musso in the 44. Row number 2, Andy Patton in the 87. The general next to Joe Musso in the 19. Row number 3, Steven Spees in the 55. Next to Trent Verstraeten in the 88. As don't know what that's about, but row number 4, Brian Moore Sr. in the 558. So next to Gentleman Jack in the 217. Final car on the grid is the 4 of Greg Parmalee.
Green, green, green.
Here comes the green flag here for qualifier number 2. Side by side here through 3 and 4. A couple of cents there, and Joe Musso pays the price. Contact from Andy Patton. Guyswhite, Jake Musso go at it here for the race lead. Patton, Speeds at Verstraeten, Duke at it for 3rd. Speeds, good bite on corner exit, trying to stay wheel to wheel, but Speeds, oh, look out! Jack hit it in another wild ride. Guyswhite the leader by a half second. Verstraeten quarter of a second back on Speeds in the battle for the 4th position. Halfway home this time here. As Speeds and Patton still in that race for P3. Best in terms of passing points right now belong to Greg Parmalee, up 2 spots in his 7th. Coming to 3 laps to go here in the heat, or in the qualifier rather. Guyswhite with a phenomenal session. Oh, look how Patton squeezed, trying to hang on to it. He can't. Keeps her straight though with 2 laps to go. Still watching the race for P2. Musso trying to hang on. Speeds at Verstraeten behind. Verstraeten trying to get as much bite as he can on corner exit, looking for moisture. Final lap is underway. Well, we know Guyswhite is going to win this qualifier. 3-way battle for 2nd. Who takes the checkers here? Musso 2nd, Speeds 3rd, Verstraeten 4th, Senior 5th, Patton 6th, Parmalee 7th, hit 8th, and Joe Musso 9th. But Brandon Guyswhite, your winner of qualifier number 2. We will step aside and go to break. When we come back, we've got our last chance qualifiers for our feature of the night. Stay with us on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. It's time for another edition of RSN Trackside, powered by Bob Johnson Auto Group on Rock Sports Network. Gets on the champion, trying to be a
Bit of a hiatus, so let's get.
Tonight when we talked about it.
Outpouring of love was amazing. These dollars had come together to support us, and we realized no, we didn't want to use them for us. We wanted to use them to help others.
The foundation has done so much for so many people. It helps any family that has somebody, whether it be a crew member or one of the drivers, that get hurt. We can help them to get through the situation.
I was injured in a non-wing sprint car accident that broke my neck and left me with a spinal cord injury. I was in the hospital 8 months, and that got really, really expensive. So having that extra help to help push me and my family forward was a big deal.
I was involved in a pretty gnarly sprint car crash. Found out my brain was swelling and bleeding. Pelvic bone was broken. I had 2 cracked vertebrae on my back, and I was in the ICU a little over a week. The Steve King Foundation reached out to my parents. We received a donation from them. Immediately, they started me on what's called neurofeedback, and insurance did not cover the neurofeedback appointments. So we received another donation from the Steve King Foundation. It really helped a lot, and I just want to say thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart to the Steve King Foundation for everything that they have done for me. This last Sunday, I got to turn laps in my modified here. That was my first laps back in a race car since the accident, and I truly believe that if it wasn't for the Steve King Foundation, I wouldn't be able to do that or be where I'm at today.
Yes, Steve's death is the reason the foundation exists, but it's Steve's life, and it's the lives of racers everywhere, is the reason we're able to do the work we do.
Responded.
Charlotte Motor Speedway, they're lean, they're mean, they're 5 to 7 horses, a man and machine. They're 4 wide before they start to slip and slide. the Coast to Coast Racing League 350A Modifieds, Pro Late Models, and the 360 Sprint Cars. Welcome back to the Coast to Coast Racing Network. Our B main is set just about set to go, and you don't need to worry about passing points this time by. It is all strictly by position. Top 5 will transfer into the feature. Here's a look at how times stand, as Andy Patton is currently the quickest at a 10.254, as the field will line up via passing points. Jack Hitt, just talking about his incident in chat moments ago in that accident in turn 3, says we're going to have a delay for fence repairs in turn number 3. Chances are likely we'll have to have a delay for fence repairs, maybe not just during the Chili Bowl, but also during the Tulsa shootout. That would be my guess here. So let me check and see who we have for cars. We have 13 drivers in this B main. I think we're waiting for 2 more. And then we will go green. While we wait, let's talk to the man that's currently quickest. Actually, you know what? I don't think he's in here. He's not. So we will have to hold on him. Why don't we bring in the guy that's currently 4th quickest right now in practice, and that is Dean Reynolds. Dino, Marty up in the booth, got a copy?
What's going on, Marty? How you doing?
You're driving a car that eerily reminds me of the Toyota Tundra Pace truck we have for Super Dirt Car Series events.
Well, that's exactly why I picked this midget, because Toyota sponsors our Extreme Midget Series, and a big sponsor with me as well with the Tundra. So let's go with the Toyota livery.
It makes perfect sense. Anyway, how you feeling right now with the midget right now at the moment? You feeling comfortable?
I do feel pretty good. We just had some rough luck in the heat there. I got into the wall running the top, but I ran that practice feature while everyone was setting up the servers, and I started 22nd, got up to 3rd before I got out of the servers. So I'm just going to try to stay out of trouble. I guess Maurer and Vecchio are not going to grid, so only one car is going to go home. So the goal is to get in the feature and then go from there.
Alrighty, man. Well, looks like we're about to get going, so good luck.
All right, Marty. Thanks a lot, man.
All right, Dean Reynolds. Getting ready to go here. So with 11 drivers in this, actually, I believe with 11 drivers in one B main, that is correct. So it is the top 10 that will transfer into tonight. So there we go. Alrighty, here's a look at the starting lineup for our lone B main of the night. As Andy Patton on the pole, next to him, Barry Goldner in the 36. Row number 2, Mason Hine in the 89. And Zach Chapman Shaggy in the 72. Row 3, Joe Musso in the 19. And Greg Parmalee in car number 4. And in row 4, Gentleman Jack in the 217. And Bob DeGood in the 7. Rounding out the top 10 is Donovan Ross, Devo in the 5. And Corey Schartzer in the 6. Dean Reynolds rounds out the field starting in 11th. Again, top 10 drivers will make it into the show tonight. Bottom 1 will be drinking a beer early. Focus on the driver in 10th after lap number 1, but all heck could break loose after lap 1. Patton and Goldner bring us to green. 15-lap B main underway. Patton up the hill, 3 wide for the lead. Stack-up's on back. Good battle for 3rd. Chapman and Hine, lap number 1 across the line, led by Andy Patton. Driver currently in 10th. That's Corey Schartzer. He's got 3 wide in front of him. We got one around. That's Hine in the number 89. He's the first one out. We got more trouble, though. Ross involved. You've got Jack Hitt, another driver too, Greg Parmalee. Somebody back out of this. 2 drivers towed. If one of them makes it out, they'll be in the show. I hope one of them has the memo on that. 7th spot, Mason Hines, but able to make up a couple of spots after Spain earlier as he battles the 6 of Corey Schartzer for 7th. Donovan Ross has brought the 5 back out on track. What about Greg Parmalee and Jack Hitt? That's the question we're wondering here. Slide job from Hine on Schartzer as the 89 moves up to P7. In the wall goes Schartzer on 2 wheels, rips the fence, up on a tire, and out of it. Now right now for Schartzer, he's currently in, same with Greg Parmalee. for scoring, but that could change. Patton leading by 1.3 seconds. Let's go to the battle for fourth. How about Dino's charge throughout the field? Up 7 spots, takes away fourth position from the 36 of Barry Goldner. Joe Musso has to get on the binders to avoid rear-ending the number 36. Oh, Joe Musso on 2 wheels for just a moment. Hang on. Catches Mason Hine. Saves it. And now Devo back on track. Got into another driver. I think that may have been Mason Hine. I don't know, though. It is a war to try and survive here. 5 laps to go here for Patton. He's got a 7/10 of a second lead on Zach Chapman. The 72, though, is closing up shop pretty fast. Just laid down the quickest lap last time by to 10:92. He is about 1/2 tenths better than Andy Patton. Look at it there, 2 thousandths quicker this time by. There's 3 laps to go. Chapman, unless there's lap traffic, will likely run out of time. Jack Hipp, by the way, for those wondering, got his car back on the track. He's the quickest at a 10:91. He and Corey Schartzer will make the show. Greg Parmalee will be the one that goes home. Final lap, though, underway in the B main for Andy Patton. Barry Goldner slow in front of him in turns 1 and 2. Finds a way to keep her going. Here comes the General through turns number 3 and 4. Patton wins the B main. Chapman second to good third. Reynolds in fourth. Musso fifth. Hines sixth. And then Goldner seventh, Hit eighth. Ross ninth, and Schartzer 10th. Those are the drivers that will be in the show for tonight's feature. We'll get the A-main loaded up, and we'll step aside when we come back at showtime on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. Too much shit going on.